regular city council meeting to order. Invocation by Alderman Driscoll.
Heavenly Father, I pray for peace over the city of Taylorville, and I pray for protection for all of our first responders. As we gather here tonight to make decisions for our community, I pray that we will each seek your face and your guidance in making the decisions we make tonight. I pray this in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Doug Brown.
Here.
Randy Grant. Here. Larry Bud. Steve Dorsones. Kathy Driscoll. Here. Jim Olive.
Here.
Crystal Teddy.
Here.
Jeremy Wilson.
Here.
All aldermen are present except Bud and George. Need a motion to approve the omnibus vote.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Bryant. Second by Alderman Skoltedi. Roll call.
Randy Bryant.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Motion approved 6-0. Minutes of the regular meeting, May 17th, 2021. Minutes of the Board of Cemetery Managers meeting held May 18th, 2021. Minutes of the Finance Committee meeting held May 20th, 2021. Minutes of the Ordinance Committee meeting held May 20th, 2021. Minutes of the Special City Council meeting held May 24th, 2021. Minutes of the Street and Sewer Committee meeting held May 27th, 2021. And minutes of the Public Facilities Committee meeting held May 27th, 2021. Motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
By Alderman Bryant, second by Alderman Skoltedi. Roll call.
Randy Bryant.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. Planning Commission recommendation. Chairman Hauser.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the Board of Aldermen. The Planning and Zoning Commission met this evening to hear rezoning and special use requests by Doug and Nancy Miller to rezone two different parcels of ground that are actually, it says R1, but they're actually zone C1 if you look at our zoning map, to R2, which would enable them to turn them into condominium and sell them as such. There was a variety of discussion. Thank God for our city attorney and all the research that he does and the knowledge that he has. But anyway, after a whole lot of discussion, there was a recommendation which I didn't get written down, made to the city council. Could you reassemble that, sir?
It'd be a motion to recommend to the city council to adopt the recommendation of the Plan Commission to direct the city attorney to prepare an appropriate ordinance to reclassify each of the subject lots within the two parcels of property to an R2 zoning classification, and to also grant a special use for condominiums, subject to full compliance with the Illinois Condominium Property Act and full compliance with all other city code provisions, and to waive the 50-foot wide lot size requirement. I believe that was the substance of the motion.
And for a roll call vote of the members of the Planning and Zoning Commission, both requests passed unanimously. There was no other business brought before the Planning and Zoning Commission, so we are adjourned.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We need a motion to accept the Planning Commission's recommendations by Alderman Olive.
Second.
By Alderman Wilson. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Barrett.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. Ordinance approving and adopting Taylorville Business Development District Number 1 fiscal year 2022 allocation of funds for downtown redevelopment projects.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Driscoll, second by Alderman Bryant. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Barrett.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Mayor Barrett.
Yes. Motion carries 7-0. An ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a Business Development District Number 1 redevelopment agreement by and between the City of Taylorville, Illinois, and Douglas Cow doing business as Sidney Lynn's Little Bookshop. Motion. Alderman Skoltedi, second by Alderman Olive. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Driscoll Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll. Yes. Jim Olive.
Yes.
Mayor Gray.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. An ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a Business Development District Number 1 redevelopment agreement by and between the City of Taylorville, Illinois, and Donnie Brox. Motion. Alderman Olive, second. Alderman Wilson. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll. Yes. Jim Olive.
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy.
Yes.
Mayor Gray.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a Business Development District Number 1 redevelopment agreement by and between the City of Taylorville, Illinois, and Deep Patel doing business as the Economy Inn Lodge. Motion. Alderman Skoltedi, second. Alderman Brown, questions or comments? Roll call.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll. Yes. Jim Olive.
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Mayor Gray.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. An ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a Business Development District Number 1 redevelopment agreement by and between the City of Taylorville, Illinois, and Lee and Diane Skinner, Phase 3, doing business as Dear Yesteryear.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman
Second.
Bryant, second.
Second.
Alderman Driscoll, questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Mayor Gray.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. An ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a Business Development District Number 1 redevelopment agreement by and between City of Taylorville, Illinois, and Lee and Diane Skinner, Phase 4 of Dear Yesteryear.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second. Alderman Brown, questions or comments? Roll call.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Mayor Gray.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. A resolution to levy an additional tax of 0.02% for the library purchase of sites and buildings, for the construction and equipment of buildings, and for the maintenance, repairs, and alterations of library buildings and equipment. Motion. Alderman Olive, second. Second by Alderman Skoltedi. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
No.
Motion carries 5-1. Motion to accept and direct the mayor to sign final loan closing amendment L174597 from the IEPA for the water treatment plant in the amount of $24,372,954.68, which includes a reduction in the loan amount of $663,670.71. Motion. Alderman Skoltedi.
Second.
Second. Alderman Bryant. Questions or comments?
What was the reduction, Mayor?
Pardon?
What was the reduction?
Just that the IPA thought we were good people, so they gave us a reduction, right, David?
Yeah, there was a couple of items on the loan early on that we ended up, we're under budget on. And then we got $750,000 principal forgiveness on the loan as well.
Roll call.
Driscoll Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. Motion to approve the special event permit for the Mid-America Sport Parachute Club from 12 p.m. on August 13, 2021 to dusk on August 15, 2021 at the airport.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Bryant.
Second.
Second by Alderman Wilson. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll. Yes. Jim
Yes.
Olive. Driscoll Teddy.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. Motion to approve change order number 1 for the 2021 alleys in North Cherokee Street improvement for a total decrease of $574.90 and direct the mayor to sign such a change order. Motion by Alderman Olive, second.
Second.
Alderman Wilson, questions or comments? Roll call?
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. Motion to approve the hiring of 2 personnel for the street department, positions to be determined.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman
Second.
Bryant, second.
He said second.
Alderman Wilson, questions or comments?
I have one
Alderman
question.
Driscoll?
It's saying the positions are to be determined, that it's gonna make a variance then of what our salary's gonna be, depending on who we're hiring for, so.
Well, I think we're gonna determine if we're gonna hire a laborer or an equipment operator, or maybe even a heavy equipment operator. That's something that Mike's gonna have to let us know, but we need to hire 2 as soon as we can, so. Probably one will be a laborer, and one's probably gonna be a heavy equipment.
Yep.
Can we amend it to say that, or are we just gonna leave it to be determined?
I mean, we can amend the motion to a laborer and a heavy equipment operator. If that's what we'd like to amend. Alderman Olive, you got a question?
Shouldn't it, and Mike, shouldn't this be, because the laborers are not allowed to drive anything or do anything such as that? Haven't we
That's
always
correct.
kind of like to say a step above that, bringing somebody in?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
We know we just need a heavy. No, you know, then the other position could be determined.
The labor position limits them pretty much as to what they can do.
So we want to hire a heavy equipment operator
Yes.
and an equipment operator, would that,
Yes.
and that way they can run.
Heavy
the
equipment operator 1,
Right.
yeah.
So we'll amend the motion to that, to heavy equipment, A or B?
B and A,
B and A, heavy equipment operator A, and then the
B and A.
equipment operator 1.
1.
That's the amended motion, correct? Alderman Bryant?
Yes.
All right, second, that's amended?
Second.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Roll call?
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes. Motion carries 6-0. Motion to approve the selection of First Mid-State Incorporated as underwriter placement agent with respect to the city's taxable general obligation refunding bond, alternate revenue source.
And to authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign the agreement with First Mid-State Inc. as presented to the city council.
Yeah, not far yet.
Do a motion, motion by Alderman Wilson, second by Alderman Driscoll. Questions or comments? I asked Mr. Pastorius to be here in case there was any questions about different things. Do we know, we won't know what the rate will be until we,
We're in the market,
in the market.
and selling, so mid to late July.
All right. Okay. Roll call?
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. Motion to approve the selection of Chapman and Cutler LLP as bond disclosure counsel with respect to the city's taxable general obligation refunding bonds, alternate revenue source.
And to authorize the mayor to sign the letter agreement dated June 7, 2021 with Chapman and Cutler LLP.
Motion? Alderman Skoltedi, second. Alderman Brown, questions or comments? Roll call?
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Teddy.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. An ordinance authorizing the issuance of general obligation alternate bonds of the city for the purpose of refunding outstanding bonds of the city and for the payment of the expenses incident thereto.
And Mr. Mayor, if I might interrupt, because we have to be very specific with this according to Chapman and Cutler. So it's my understanding you are actually announcing to the city council now to consider the adoption of an ordinance authorizing the issuance of general obligation alternate bonds for the purpose of refunding outstanding bonds of the city and for the payment of expenses incident thereto, and directing the publication of a notice setting forth the determination of the city council to issue such bonds. Is that your announcement?
That's my announcement.
And then the city clerk, we would ask her to actually read the title verbatim of the ordinance for the city council's benefit.
An ordinance authorizing the issuance of general obligation alternate bonds of the city of Taylorville, Christian County, Illinois, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $1,210,000 for pursuant to the Local Government Debt Reform Act of the State of Illinois as amended for the purpose of refunding outstanding bonds of the city and for the payment of the expenses incident thereto.
If each of you haven't already been given a copy of this particular ordinance, Mr. Mayor, you're asking for a motion and second that a motion be adopted, that that ordinance as presented and read by the title by the city clerk be adopted.
Motion by Alderman Bryant, second Alderman Brown. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Chris Teddy?
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Doug Brown?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Jim Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, with that vote, you are declaring the motion is carried and the ordinance is adopted, and you need to sign that ordinance in open session presently. Now, and to direct the city clerk to record the same in full in the records of the city council of the city of Taylorville, Christian County, Illinois.
The motion has carried and the ordinance will be issued.
It's signed right now.
Signed.
Well, we gave us a whole bunch of copies. so
Okay.
There's 3 copies of the ordinance.
3 copies of
They're needed.
While he's signing that, once this is adopted, it will be published in the Breeze Courier. And then if enough folks do not sign a petition requiring that a vote on this, I think it's 30 days after the first publication.
That's correct. And just published once.
That the city then, you can then proceed to adopt the next ordinance, which will go forward with the
Wait,
refunding
no,
bond.
no.
I just signed one.
Just, I'm giving you all the rest of them. I'm gonna all this on that one.
As long as you sign one right now, you can sign the other
Okay.
thing.
All right.
They're very particular, so.
All right, city attorney update.
Just very briefly, the enterprise zone ordinance that you adopted some weeks ago, we're still waiting for the similar type ordinances to be adopted by the Christian County Board, City of Pana and Assumption. Talking with the attorney that was, Mr. Berry, Calberry, he's out there trying to get this done. It hasn't been completed yet. Next is, I think, City Clerk brought to my attention, the waste management contract has come to you, and we'll probably put that on your agenda for next meeting, to have you folks consider that and adopt it. And then I've been given that your police chief has been successful, looks like, in getting a grant of $24,500 for a new police car, but we can't, does anyone remember ever a motion being adopted to apply for that grant? The city clerk's having trouble finding it. So we want to sign the documents, but I think if we don't have a motion on it, I gotta sign a letter saying that you guys did all that. The mayor may call it a quick special meeting just to dot the I and make sure that it's done, so we won't.
You have to have a motion to allow him to apply for a grant?
Yes.
I don't feel like we've ever done that.
On the requirements that they asked, this government asked, that I have to sign, says it's all in the
Oh.
process. So,
I'm sure we did, and it'll be done tomorrow.
okay. That's it right now.
Thank you. Mayor report. Feels like summer's here. I want to thank Freddie Bay and the Native Americans for hosting the 21st annual powwow at the marina. The attendance was great, the weather was better, and thank you for choosing Taylorville to host this. We received the final loan closing from the IUPA for the Taylorville water plant, which they already gave us, the $750,000 reduction in loan, and we received another loan reduction in over $663,000. I want to thank City Treasurer Kelly Hamlin for her great work the past few weeks in getting payroll out and fitting in well as our new city treasurer. She will continue to be over the water building department as past treasurers were. I've had conversation with the gentleman wanting to purchase land out by the Steak and Shake to build a new truck stop. I've been in contact with Kim Morton and also Steak and Shake about the property out there. Last week I met with Congressman Davis, IDOT, State Police, Sheriff Kettlecamp, Macon County Deputy Howard Buffett, Representative Bourne, a person from Senator Turner's office, local mayors and police chiefs to discuss the safety concerns on Route 48. The city is in good shape financially, but we will be prudent with our spending. I ask all aldermen to come up with projects in their ward, basically sidewalks, curb and guttering, or even street repairs. So if you could come up with some issues in your own ward, we can address that coming in this summer. Thank you. Committee reports. Discussion and/or motion to approve, adopt, and/or deny, and/or table, and/or amend, and/or refer to an appropriate committee in whole or in part the matters regarding the following subject matters discussed at the committee level. Cemetery Board. Alderman Bryant?
Oh, okay. First is a motion to recommend to the city council to approve the purchase of the John Deere 3-bag bagger system for 54 HC deck mounting on X750 from Sloan Implement at a cost not to exceed $1,850 with the money coming from the perpetual care fund interest in the year 2021 budget.
Motion by Alderman Bryant, second by Alderman Driscoll. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Petty.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Next is a motion to recommend to the city council to approve the quote from Goodman Fencing at a cost not to exceed $26,153, providing the fence sample is acceptable and to waive any statutory bidding requirements. Put that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Bryant, second.
Second.
Alderman Wilson, questions or comments? Questions,
Is there
Alderman
a
Driscoll?
reason we're waiving the statutory bidding requirements?
Well, we took out quotes for the different fence. We didn't take out bids because we did all the measurements ourselves and things, so
So we had different quotes.
that's what, we did have 3 or 4 different quotes.
So we did, is that
Yeah.
the lowest one then?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And what we're gonna fence in is that new area off Gag, there in the street. Not Gag, Gandy and Cherokee, so, that will be a great addition to our cemetery. Roll call.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Petty.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Very need to vote on that, the way it stands.
Okay. Mayor votes yes. Motion carries 7-0.
Next, we have a motion to recommend to the city council to approve the purchase of sod from Pedigo, Inc. at a cost not to exceed $471.60.
Motion by Alderman Bryant, second. Alderman Olive, questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Petty.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. Finance Committee, Alderman Bryant, take care of it.
Yeah, you know, somebody's gotta run it.
Alderman Dorsones.
First is motion to recommend to the city council to direct the bond attorneys with the approval of city attorney Romano to draft an ordinance of intent with a petition period of 30 days.
That's good.
That's good. Okay. Next, motion to recommend to city council to accept the proposed health insurance plan from Health Alliance.
Motion by Alderman Bryant, second by Alderman Driscoll. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Petty.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Next is a motion to recommend to the city council to accept a 36-month electric rate agreement with Homefield with rates to be set on the date of signing.
Motion by Alderman Bryant,
Second.
second by Alderman Wilson. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Crystal Petty.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Next is a motion to recommend to the city council to allow street and sewer, water billing office, and the clerk's office to purchase department-specific copiers at a price not to exceed price quotations.
Second.
Motion by
Thank
Alderman
you.
Bryant, second by Alderman Wilson.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next is a motion to recommend to the city council to approve the business development district application from Douglas Cal in the amount of $1,020.96.
The next four will move it.
Okay. Next, motion to accept the treasurer's report as presented.
Actually, on the next five will move it.
Don't have the treasurer's report. Any questions on that?
Why did we do that?
Need a second.
Second, sorry. Motion by Alderman Bryant, second by Alderman Skoltedi. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Ordinance.
two motions to come out of the committee. The first motion is to recommend the city council to direct the city attorney to prepare an ordinance to reimburse gaming parlor establishments that had no other source of revenue, a total of 50% of the 2021 liquor license fee.
Motion by Alderman Skoltedi.
Second.
By Alderman Bryant. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Kathy Driscoll. Yes. Jim Mullins.
Yes.
Chris Coletti. Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
No.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-2.
Oh, sorry. Lost the train. Something going on there.
He's all mad he got shut down.
I'm on vacation tomorrow, I'm thinking about that already. All right, the second motion was to recommend the city council to direct the city attorney to prepare an ordinance to amend the city code to allow for liquor sales through a designated drive-through window.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Skoltedi, second by Alderman Wilson. Questions or comments?
Questions? We already have this existing with other businesses in town?
No.
No, okay,
Not sell liquor through drive-up
Okay.
windows.
All right.
But that's what the motion, that's what the
that would make it fall.
motion is.
And they have to have a specific window also, not
Correct.
just, yeah.
So, roll call.
Jim Mullins.
No.
Chris Coletti.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-1. Street and sewer, Alderman Wilson.
Thank you. Motion to recommend to the city council to forward the salary increase for superintendent man to the personnel committee.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second. Second. Alderman Brown, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next one's a motion to recommend the city council to forward the hiring of 3 personnel for the street department to the personnel committee.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second. Alderman Brown. Questions or comments? And I asked Personnel Committee if we could go ahead and put on there to hire 2, so I think the Personnel Committee will discuss hiring 1 or 2 additional ones at the next meeting. So we'll do that.
We agreed tonight to 2.
We agreed tonight to 2, so we'll discuss the personnel if we want to go forward after that.
An
Yeah.
additional, okay.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next one is a motion to recommend the city council allow superintendent man to purchase 20 2x5 ADA warning pads from Uline at a cost not to exceed $4,237.82.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second by Alderman Ollie. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Chris Coletti.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Mullins.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Next one is a motion to recommend to the city council to forward the sewer tap ordinance to the ordinance committee for clarification on easement / right-of-way portion. Second.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second Alderman Brown. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next one is a motion to recommend to the city council to allow special event permits that have previously been approved to bypass going to committee and be put directly on the city council for approval.
Motion by Alderman Wilson,
Second.
second by Alderman Driscoll. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Public facilities, Alderman Olive.
The only thing that came out of our meeting was to recommend the city council to forward the year 2021-22 municipal building budget to the treasurer for further refinement. That's on the motion.
Motion by Alderman Olive, second.
Second.
Alderman Skoltedi, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve and or ratify payment of bills of $469,860.32.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Bryant, second. Alderman Wilson, questions or comments? Roll call.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Mullins.
Yes.
Chris Coletti.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. First subparagraph G of 5 ILCS 120/2.06. This portion of the city council meeting is reserved to any person wishing to address the council on any relevant subject matters concerning the city. The Illinois Open Meeting Act 5 ILCS 120/1 mandates no action shall be taken on subject matters not listed on the agenda but the council may direct staff to address the topic or refer the subject matter to a future council and/or committee meeting. If anyone wishes to address the council, please provide your name and address, limit your comments or presentation to 3 minutes, and avoid repetitious comments. Thank you. Anyone out there like to address the council? Any alderman got any other matters? Motion for adjournment? Motion by Alderman Wilson, second by Alderman Brown. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned at 7:30.
Are you shaking hands?